everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to make a really cute birthday card. I'm using two of my favorite sets from Paper Smooches. I love this little chick here in the Chubby Chum set. I went ahead and I cut out a piece of cardstock in the shape of a flag, like flag ends rather. And I'm going to stamp that adorable little chick. Now I'm just going to use my grid so I can make sure that I lay that chick down perfectly straight so I don't have a crooked card. Then I'm going to grab my acrylic block and I'm going to grab some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm using a Memento Tuxedo Black ink because this works really great with Copic markers. So I'm just going to make sure I have that inked up pretty well, and then I can go ahead and stamp down that adorable little chick. I don't know what it is about this chick. I think he's just precious. Okay, I went ahead and zoomed in so I can show you guys the coloring. I'm using just some basic colors here. I always, when I color anything with Copic markers, I always like to lay down a base coat of color. That to me just helps the additional colors that I'm going to add blend a little bit better. So I'm just going to bring in just that yellow, and I believe this was Y17 I was using here. And I'm just going to totally cover up that little check. And then I'm going to go in with Y38. And this is more of a yellowy, not yellow, orangey yellow. So it's just going to give me some added shadows. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that right back out with that Y17. Just really super quick, basic Copic coloring. I'm not a genius and I'm not a professional at doing this, but I do love coloring. So, all right, next I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more shading. Once I put down that, that yellow, it kind of sucked some of that color out, and I wanted to add a little bit more shadow in. Now I use the Y17 for the feet, and it's in his little bill, and then I went in with YR04, which is just a darker orange. Now I'm going to blend everything out, make sure my lines look good. I think that looks fabulous. Now of course he needs some eyeballs, so I'm going to use the BG000, and I'm just going to draw in some eyes. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a darker color, which I believe this is B01, to give just, you know, a little bit of outer corner shadow to his eyes. And he's done. He's colored. Isn't he so cute? I had to clean up one little spot there with my colorless blender. Now we're going to go ahead and put everything together. I love this paper pad here. It's one of my favorites. I believe this one is called Take Notes, and I've had this paper pad forever. So I'm going to use the one here that has the whole bunch of numbers. I went ahead and I already stamped the word chillax, which is out of another one of the Paper Smooches set. I think this is called Slang Gang is the set that came out of. But I'll make sure I'll link everything in the bottom in the description box. So I'm just going to trim down this cardstock. I'm just going to use half of it today, so I'll have some of the yummy paper to use later on. And it's just going to trim it down to the same size as the front of my card panel. Well, I should say half of the front of my card panel, if that makes any sense. I always use a white card base. You guys know me. I use it because it's just easier to write on in the inside. Now I'm just going to plan out my layout. I think that looked pretty good with just overlapping that little image just a little bit onto the pattern paper. So now we're going to go ahead and start assembling this card. This card came together really quickly, and that's what I like about some of the Paper Smooches images. You can make some really cute and fun cards with them in no time flat. All right, so I'm just going to press that down, and then I'm going to bring that back over. That looks pretty good, but I'm going to pop it up on some foam tape. You guys know me. I like to add just a tad bit of dimension to my cards. And what better way than to use foam tape? Now this foam tape is pretty wide, so I'm going to cut it right down the middle. So if you have wide tape, hey, make sure it stretches. Go ahead and cut it down the middle. You'll save yourself some tape, number one, and some money, number two. You know we have to make every dollar stretch on our crafting madness. So I'm just going to put those little pieces that were sitting off on the side of my desk back on there. And then I can go ahead and put this adorable little image down on my card front. So I'm just going to pop that off the back, that liner. And I got one more little piece. All right, now I can go ahead and pop that down. And that yellow really makes the image, that cute little chick, just pop on my card. And he looks great with that blue because his eyes are blue, right? Super duper cute. But I don't think I'm done yet. I think I want to go ahead and add something else to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get me some twine. And even though I put down the card panel first, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. I am not going to tear this card apart and start from scratch. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and cut that twine. And I'm going to finagle it behind that panel. So you guys know me. I am totally bow challenged. I do not make really good bows on or off camera. I always use my my Zutter Bow Easy, but I couldn't find it. I have been moving stuff around in my room, so I'm going to actually try to do this one without having to edit this part out and do it off to the side. So okay, that's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and pull those ends and hopefully I can get this bow to kind of lay flat. So I'm going to untwist that. And once I get my bow halfway decent, I'm going to go ahead and pull up just that corner so I can get that that twine underneath that foam tape, because it was driving me bananas. It was absolutely driving me bananas, and I was not going to start this all over again. All right, now we're in business. Now I can just go ahead and trim off the edges, or the tails rather, of my ribbon. And I'm just going to play with it a little bit more. I don't want to play with it too much because I'll know me, then I'll end up messing something up. So I'm going to just let it stay right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the last of that. All right, voila, we got a super cute chillax birthday card. All right, here is the card, all nice and finished. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, you can check me out on all my social media platforms right here. I will see you guys soon, okay? Take care. Have a great day.